greatest thing. Don't put your mind on a waste spreadsheet. Life are the greatest thing. Protect your life, try not follow no man. No, me know I can't get another one. That's why me thank God. Protect your life, try not follow no man. No, me know I can't get another one. That's why me thank God. People love yourself. Depart from negativity, unity and strength. Take the time out here to study yourself. Man, show away the poison that no good for your health. Me see some people like them losing themselves. Start make a little money and approve for run ends. I see them how the whole community tends. You have to just be careful when you're choosing your friends. Me say, protect your life, try not follow no man. No, me know I can't get another one. That's why me thank God. Protect your life, try not follow no man. No, me know I can't get another one. That's why me thank God. Look how much people asleep on the cold concrete in the street without food to eat. Stop complaining and pray and faith. One serious life, you have everything. Just be grateful. Give thanks not only when you're playful, yeah. Don't be hateful. Show love because you are faithful. You say, protect your life, try not follow no man. No, me know I can't get another one. That's why me thank God. No make no man bribe you, he do no wrong. No, me know life now sell a miss a one. That's why me thank God. That's why life for the greatest thing. Don't put your mind on a waste spreadsheet. Life for the greatest thing. Give thanks. Protect your life, try not follow no man. No, me know I can't get another one. That's why me thank God. No make no man bribe you, he do no wrong. No, me know life now sell a miss a one. That's why me thank God. Protect your life, try not follow no man. No, me know I can't get another one. That's why me thank God. No make no man bribe you, he do no wrong. No, me know life now sell a miss a one. That's why me thank God.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, yo, to you all. Happy Wednesday. It's another Wednesday here at TSPills PODCAst on Powered by Virginia Radio, baby. Look, I hope this week has met you well. I hope today has met you all right. I hope as we are settling in and really embracing the newness that hey y'all, how y'all doing? As we are embracing the newness, that we are accepting the new us, right? And as accepting the new us brings me to the topic of discussion for this evening, being a masterpiece, all the while being a work in progress simultaneously, okay? And I know it's contradictory. I understand it. How can you be a masterpiece if you're still a work in progress? Well, I'm going to tell you how, right? Let's look at it like when you make a dish, right? I'm going to bring it down to the metaphor. And a dish like stir fry. You have noodles, you have meat, you have veggies, right? And you cook these components separately. However, each component has its own beautiful thing once it's cooked, because it is cooked. It's seasoned and everything. And until you put it together, it makes this masterpiece at the end. However, each piece still could be eaten and consumed deliciously by themselves, because you just sauteed them peppers and them onions and them mushrooms or asparagus or whatever you to put in there. You have boil your noodles and maybe soak them in some type of sauce, and you got your meat over here, pan fried or sauteed, however you prefer, and you got that season and that glaze on that thing, and you just ready to combine it all together, right? But each component, as you taste it, has its own gift, right? The reason why I'm saying that is because, hey, what's going on, KPD? I love you, bro. What's going on, Willie McLeod, twin? What's going on, Rashida? She ready? We outside. What's up, Shanta, right? I had to stop and say hey to all my people. I love you guys so much. Oh, y'all so dope. Every last one of y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in this evening. But we all, when you are on the potter's wheel, right? Now we're going back to pottery. We're going to pottery, I should say, because I'm saying going back because I've been sitting on this thing all day, right? On the potter's wheel, God's potter's wheel of life, as he's molding us and shaping us, right? When we came into this thing, we already were. We were. We are. We that infinite connection, because he knew us before we were even in our mother's womb. So because of that, we were already a masterpiece. And then on top of being created in his image, given power, authority, dominion over the earth, we are masterpieces because he took his time to create us all intricately and differently, and to every detail, every hue. And that's for every component of our being. It's different hues, right? So the potter is shaping us, and he knows that, like when you're shaping pottery, it starts out a little messy. It starts out a little not together. But as you form it and mold it, and even as you use the materials, right? Our materials, our faults, our wrongs, our goods, our attributes, our learning, our growth, our falling, our endurance, our resilience, our persistence, our tenacious spirits. You know what I'm saying? Our kindred spirits, our higher selves, our love of the Lord, our chase for Jesus as we move into this thing, and as we fall, stumble, as life pulls us in every direction on whatever level or dimension we may lay on, right? He sees the masterpiece because he already knows. Because we have an impartation of him that we can only be a masterpiece, because that is what he is. So your shortcomings, your fallbacks, your missteps, your mishaps, your poor choices or poor decisions, because they're truly not bad, because they all work together for your good. They were just poor. They weren't well planned. They weren't well thought out. However, not really bad, just poor. Sometimes piss poor. But nonetheless, as you learn and you apply what you have learned, and you move that, and you go through this thing, your light shine. That's why they say it like a glow, or like, I see it in you. It's something on you. And you could look raggedy, you could look dirty, you could look untogether, or you could even feel all of these things: dirty, untogether, not accomplished. But see, it's the master, it's that masterpiece glowing about you. See, the pottery has its infractions, and it's so ironic that this came to me in watching a reel, and then it further just set on me, because I watched this reel like yesterday. But it further set on me, and I couldn't let it go, and I couldn't shake it. And on my lunch break, I used my tablet, and I found this little neat thing. I got a voice recorder on it, because y'all know I'm kind of not digitally inclined. And anyway, the voice record allowed me to say what I needed, just in case I needed some pointers or I forgot, because it was so much going on my mind. And I know I was going to continue to think about it because it's just been sitting on me. Even when you count yourself out or don't see the value or the worth, you are a masterpiece. You're still a work in progress because you're working to visualize and conceptualize and realize these and actualize these things for yourself. But see, baby, the God that I serve, he allows other people, he allows your light to shine and other people to see even when your eyes are closed to the truth. See, because you are a true masterpiece in progress. You're a masterpiece already, solidified, while you're still being a work in progress, because he's still working on you to reach your fullness, because no, you have not yet reached your fullness. However, you are walking in the fullness. See, you know this thing they keep telling y'all about manifesting. Understanding that manifesting is trifold, meaning it consists of 3 different ways of manifesting. You verbally speak it, you may physically write it or do it, walk it, be it, and you mentally, keep that in your forefront. You keep mentally focusing on that in your mental, internalizing it. But we internalize and we speak and we may even write, but a lot of us don't do. So you got to already walk like. And even if we don't think we're walking like, a lot of us are already walking like what it is. Most of us are walking like what it is that we are, even when we don't realize or conceptualize that. So know that you are a masterpiece still in while in progress. You know what I'm saying? Wow, because that words mean things. See, wow is like a continual during. So you're a masterpiece that's solidified. That doesn't change. That is what it is. But the while in progress is flowing. It's ever flowing. It's a continuum. So it's moving, and you're still staying solid in the move, and it's moving through you. Like the potter lets the clay move through the fingertips, through the hands, through the creases, feels it gets personal with it, adds its own razzle dazzle, adds its glimmers, its precious metals and its precious gems to it to further sophisticate it. However, it was a masterpiece with just the clay. See, the simplest things. But hey, my love. Hey, Aunt Courtney. Hey, Chantel. Yo. Hey, Big Al. Woo, woo, woo. As we are being molded, don't let, you know how like if you've never seen it, it's like, just imagine if you I can make it in a different form. If you're a baker and you need dough, if you ever had to press anything, cookies, any kind of dough into form, right? Sometimes it don't always be so pretty while you're forming it, right? But you already know this about to be a rocket. When I finish molding these cookies, that's a great analogy. When I finish molding these cookies, they're gonna be a rocket. I already can taste the morsels melting on my tongue, hot out the oven, okay? A little crunch to it, a little soft, however you prefer. But you already know that this is about to be it. That's how God is molding us. And I said that to say, let me not lose track, that sometimes, especially if you're not as experienced, because I am those people, you don't put that flour on your hand. You forget to put that flour on your hand, but you remember, because now it gets all tacky and on your hand, but it doesn't stop that this cookie is going to turn out wonderful and delightful. And I'm going to enjoy every morsel as it melts, whether it be chocolate, macadamia, whether it be strawberry, raspberry, whether it be a caramel truffle, okay? You understand me? We are going to enjoy it nonetheless. So it's the same way, and we know what is going to be good. We expect it to turn out. See, God expects us to be the masterpiece that he has created us to be. So therefore, he calls us that, because he conceptualizes, and he don't have to conceptualize, but he even conceptualizes that it's not just to think a thing, because he thinks all the things. He said it, and then he said it is, and it is. And he also puts in action, right? This trifold effect of manifestation, this trifold effect of life, because see, on a balance, it's a medium. So that is the balance. That's what keeps everything weighed out correctly and balanced. So it's still a trifold with that. Everything is a trifold. Listen. In this newness is a trifold. It's a time to be still. It's a time to prepare. And it's a time to move. And they all have their times. And then guess what? When it's a time to move, that move may be to be or be still can be before and or after. Because when you be still to receive, because see, sometimes we can move so fast that we bypass that very thing that was sent for us, to us. Because we are moving too fast, and that's still the stillness with our lips. See, learning how to not speak when it's not time to speak, and how to speak in those times when we choose not to speak. And knowing when to cut it off. Because, see, sometimes it's not the point that you spoke. You were supposed to speak, but you weren't supposed to put on the extra. Because it say, anything that's not a yay or a nay is evil. Come on. Anything that's not a yay or a nay is evil. So, knowing that our words are things, and our words are creations and creators. And it molds our movements. Think it or not, right? As we are preparing, as we are planning, as we are being still, and as we are perceiving, right? Because they are going on simultaneously as well. See, it seems like we're getting 2 or 10 steps ahead and we're getting 2 or 10 steps behind. But it's really not behind. It's to the left or to the right. Because, see, sometimes in going forward, like we're driving a car, everything look all good, or everything is meant to go forward. You're still going forward, right? But sometimes you got to merge over. Why? Somebody might be going too slow. Somebody might be going too fast. Somebody might be swerving. Somebody might be dragging. We don't know what might be going on. But if it's appropriate, we have to what? Shift and merge to the left or to the right. See, so sometimes we are going straight ahead and it feels so good, but then when we get shifted to the left and or to the right, we feel like we're going backwards, but really we're dodging the things that are meant to be dodged and going into the things that are meant to be going into, because if stayed the course, we would miss those opportunities. See, excuse me. Life's disappointments, setbacks, and or hindrance are really the blessings. And I know I say that so much, and I know y'all be like, but I had a situation that went on in my family recently. And it took everything off course. Everything. Finances, mental, physical, home front, everything. You understand me? Like, confidence as a mother, all kind of things, right? And as these things shifted, see, one could say it, and in that time at the beginning, I had understanding. In the middle, I lost understanding. At the end, I gained it back. But in that middle, when I lost understanding, listen, I felt all kind of ways. But when I went into it, I had to, so when I went into it, I knew that God had something planned because it was already blessed. Because it could have ended one way, however God saw fit for it to keep progressing. Could have came to an end, but it kept progressing. So for that, I was blessed. So you got to count it all joy, and you got to count the small blessings, which is getting ready to take me into another topic when we're going to digress to men and women, because that is a big thing going on, and we have to understand why. But let's understand, okay, so now I was going into it understanding that it was something going on and it was something working together. But as again, because I want God to be on my timetable, I felt that it should have happened at this time and it was long enough. And he said, no, because you ain't really learned that. You felt something, but you ain't learned nothing. So I had to learn something. See, what I had to learn, and our lessons are different because we're different people and we struggle and have different vices and different flaws and things of that nature. So with mine, it was, I know I can't control people, but I think I can control mine. Then I had to hear, they're not yours. Ha! They're not yours. They were lent. They're mine, like you are mine. And I will do what I see fit. And you have to believe in me. And that's it. That's all. And I had to be still and sit in that and still function and still move and still. Huh. Today, I can sit here and tell you that all was on the potter's wheel, baby. Because the lessons, the strength, the endurance, the love, what was torn down to be rebuilt, the reformation, the revitalizing, the renewing of the spirit, mind, and body. Huh. Listen, huh. Sometimes I think one of the rappers said it. I want to say it was Rick Ross, but I don't want to be wrong. Sometimes things have to destroy before they can be rebuilt. Be destroyed before they can be rebuilt. And I believe that so wholeheartedly because things have to fall apart to come together sometimes. And what we think is falling apart, did it really fall apart? Or did it just readjust and realign? Did it get the focus a little bit more clearer? Did it make things a little bit more, how do I want to put on that? You stop taking things, time, places, people, opportunities for granted. Because when you're in a certain plateau of things, you kind of expect certain things because that's the plateau. But when it gets shooken, when it gets shooken up, then you realize that you realize that sometimes an old way of thinking or looking at things or approaching things are always the best ways. They worked in that space, in that time, with that self, but you have evolved. So as you have evolved, your responses must evolve, and your word choices must evolve, and your thought patterns must evolve, and your plan of action must evolve, because how dare you take what only served you in that small limited space to this limitless space that God is presenting to you. He's presenting a space with you that this is your now. This is your limit, your limitless possibilities, unlimited possibilities, infinite abundance if you align right. But you're going to catch shimmers of it anyway because it's the time. One thing about God, in his time, all things will be so. Period. It don't require anything. However, don't take his stuff for granted. Because why get a piece of the pie when you can have the whole pie? I know some people say I'd rather have a piece of the pie than none of the pie. But okay, when you feel like, or you don't have any capability of getting all of the pie, okay. But at what level do you not want all of the pie? And I ain't talking about in the sense of greed. In the sense of all in what you deserve, all in what you have earned, all in what you have labored for, all in what he's willing to give. Why not have your portion, all of it, not a portion of the portion? Okay, so hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey Freakazoid, hey Aunt Courtney, hey Shauna, hey, that's right. Talk to him. Okay, KP, I see you still tapped in. I miss you, man. I love you, bro. I know that's right. Hey, Erica, come on, sis. That's right. That's my little soul twin right there. I love her. Yes. So, before I jump off of this, let me make sure I said everything that I wanted to say. I kind of remembered most of it, y'all, because it was written on me. Okay, let me say this. I don't know if I said it or not, but um, you know what I said, being a masterpiece, all while still being a work in progress, right? Simultaneously. And I went on to say that it's contradictory because a masterpiece is normally the finished product. However, again, because we're dealing with God, there is a perfection in the imperfections. There is beautifulness bonded together when everything is falling apart. Okay, I don't know what I. It wasn't saying everything I was saying, y'all. It sounded like it looked really, really good, y'all. I'm sorry about that, but that is something I really want to just push out again about valuing yourself, even though you don't see the finished product. Owning that you are a masterpiece, that you are worthy, that you are enough. And this is for my men and my women. Because men, you got to understand, because we're not teaching y'all right as moms, that y'all are worthy. Y'all are important. And what I mean by that is not saying that mamas are not telling their sons that, but about their penis, okay? Their penis is important just as a woman's vagina is important, okay? For real. And maybe if not more important, if you think about it, because a woman, I mean, vice versa, both people can kind of mess up each other's lives, but child support can put you in jail. And I ain't being funny. I'm a baby mama, so it's no shade, but I'm just saying, I also have sons, so my dual perspectives, and I have homeboys and brothers and cousins, so and I've had exes, that had to deal with those things. And men, you need to know how much worth that you have, because I think when you realize how much worth that you have and how necessary that you are in this game of life, in this thing called life, in this life that we're living, however you want to look at it, right? Men, we need you. If nobody else has put a disclaimer out and then tell y'all, we need y'all. Like, we really need y'all desperately. Men's men. A man's man. And it ain't about no certain type of stigma. But if you are a man and you are a man's man, that's the stigma. Like, you understand your positioning. You understand the posture that you should take with God, because you lead and get your direction from him. Because the pride in a man, right, can destroy a man. So his balance comes from being led by God. Because sometimes, as being in that leadership role and being in that authoritative position, you have to have a check and balance as well, because everything has to have a head, right? Just as a balance and a check thing. Because if you are the only person you consult for all your decisions, right? And I ain't talking about your life choice, but you know what I mean. You have to have somebody that you can consult, or that you talk to, and they tell you, nah, that ain't it, or maybe you should try a different approach, or you did wrong for that. Or nah, we ain't doing this. Like, you gotta have that, and not just in things that can take your life or take your life behind the bars, but everyday choices, everyday decisions. And sometimes for men, they are coming up with this new mantra I'm seeing, like women, that their brotherhood thing has been broken apart as well, because again, pride, and or in conjunction with envy and jealousy. If every man plays his position, there's no need for that, because it's more than enough women. So it's more than enough of whatever that needs to be going on, right? And I say that to say that there's been a lot of things going on. And men, we need you. So we need you to make better choices, and know that I am here for you. Like, I am a confidant. I will talk you through it. I pray for you if I can. If I don't have nothing else for you, I would definitely pray for you. I might pray with you, depending on how heavy your situation is, because I ain't built for everything, and that's just a fact. But yeah, man, because if never before, we need you so much more now. Because truth be told, that independent mantra is it's played out because it wasn't utilized, it was overused and not in its right context. See, independent because, okay, you put me in a situation, so I'm not going to crumble, so I'm going to be independent. Independent than meeting you somewhere, having a voice. But not independent as, no, I want to do everything on my own. No, I want a partner because that's what I was built for, to be a partner. So I'm always going to want to partner and be a helpmate because that is my innate nature, my innate setup, my innate makeup, my innate purpose. So with that being said, women want that. And that leads to my next thing about, okay, come on now. Aunt Courtney talking to the people, checks and balances. Chantel on the line, cuz. Speak on it. What's up, bro? What's up, Jeremy? Talk to the people. Okay. Um, but women, we have accepted some of that mantra of being so independent, and that's why we're never satisfied. Because we want one thing and we don't want that one thing. Because truth be told, yeah, we want to be able to get the bag, but we also want to be held at night. Not necessarily always being in a relationship, that's not what I'm saying. But we want things, and if we're not honest about what we want, and we're not upfront about what we want because we're spewing out what is the to do, the end. If that's not what your heart speaks, then when you get into this, you getting into it with false pretense, which is more than likely going to hurt you and nobody else. So we got to stop hurting ourselves, which is creating bitterness, because the cycle keeps continuing because I'm going to fit in here. No, baby. Yeah, you got to fit in there because the man is the head. But actually, the right head is going, and that's the right man that is the head is going to, I know I had to rephrase that. The right man that is the head is going to fit you because, yeah, you are fit for him. But you're going to know, like, listen, if it's too repellent, if it's not flowing, if it's not coming together, right, and it's clashing, reject it. That's not it. If it got to be pulled too much, that's not it. If it got to be forced too much, that's not it. Because what it is, when it is time to flow, it's going to flow. Not saying it's not going to have turbulence. Now, I didn't say what kind of flow. I didn't say what kind of flow. But it's going to flow. And you're going to know what a flow is. And what a repel or a reject or a bump or a clash, you're gonna know. It's a different feeling. Come on, people, we the people of the vibes. You can't have vibes only when what? You gotta have vibes when it comes to you, your persons, in all the aspects. So when we dig into this discernment and we discern what is necessary for us, because see, that's something else I want to talk about, right? We too many times, there you go, friction, baby, talk to me. Hey, Nairobi. Hey, Machine Moses. Okay, people on the line, I love y'all too. Yes. But we got to start worrying about and focusing more and filling our mind space, because it's like a computer, right? And it has a certain amount of RAMs. And we need to fill it with the things that are important, that are going to grow us, that are going to push us, that's going to propel us, that's going to help us. At least a memory of something that'll get us or add to the next level. We have to stop giving so much of our time and our attention on frivolous things. We can retain the stuff that doesn't grow us at all. Doesn't add not one nothing to nothing. Not one penny to nothing. But those are the things we choose to retain, and I have been those people. But see, how you do that is when we talk about this manifesting, and we talk about praying, and we talk about meditating, and we talk about fasting, and we talk about these things, reading, and we talk about these quiet times. That's when we're able to regenerate our mind and change our thoughts, because daily we should be asking for the renewal of our mind. And if we have not, let's start doing it, okay? The renewal of our mind, body and spirit, heart, spirit, soul, all of it. Renew me from crown to the soul, okay? Renew me. Um, hmm. Because sometimes we have to forget those things that once exist as we are evolving. Because you know what to forget and you know what to hold on to. I ran into a young lady that I was real cool with. I mean, we still cool, but I was real cool with, you know. And I saw how something was bothering her from such a long time ago, and it just made me understand how sometimes we gotta speak. Because when we hold on to things and we don't speak on certain things, it makes us hold on to it in our space. And I have been people. So again, when I was talking about when to speak and when not to speak, some things need to be spoke on. But see, again, tying into what I'm talking about now, we gotta say the right things. We gotta, like, with going back to men and women, we ask a lot of questions sometimes that are broad, vague, and we know that most of the time a person might lie about. Sometimes if we be still and observe and listen, because look, all of our senses are two except our mouth, so that should be last. So first we see, because most of us things grab our attention through our sight. Now we're gonna go to the other ones because they are ones too, but with our sight. So observation is king, because in this newness we need to be observing where we are going, how things are moving, observing. Then we hear, listen to hear, to comprehend. Don't listen to respond, because I'm noticing a lot of people doing that, and I haven't even been people. Listen to hear, to understand, to comprehend, and believe what the person tells you, right? Until they show themselves to not be what that is. Because see, okay, and then you can smell things. Some of y'all got the gift of smell. And then some things you ain't necessarily got a gift, but you got to smell. You know how to smell. Okay? Then touch, feel, right? Then feel energy, vibes, discernment, right? In the pits of your stomach, in your heart, wherever you feel that. You feel it, right? If we put these things into play and we be still in our interactions, male and female, you can ask the questions that you want to know the answers. Because you want some answers, but you don't ask the right questions to get the right answers. So if you do put all those other senses into play first, for real, especially observation. Because 85% of of communication is body language, man. So if you pay attention, and really pay attention to how people move, listen to what they say, all those things, you will be able to formulate better questions to get better answers. And now you don't have to do all those nothingness talking and you can get all the answers that you need. And we have to be bolder with what we want to know. Set our pride to the side, set our whatever to the side, because if you want to know, you want to know. Why waste time in getting to know something? And why rush time? And see, that's another thing. I don't think we take enough time. I think we move so quickly, like we're going to lose something or we're running out of time. If we took a little bit of time to be still, that's why I led with being still, then we could understand what it is or what it ain't before it even get that far. But when you let it get that far first, that distorts the what it is or what it ain't. Because that far may be spectacular. And if that far is spectacular, it's going to shun all the other stuff. Because when spectacular is going on, the other stuff going to get pushed to the back burner. And now you're stuck in a spectacular rotation that's built around spectacular. And it can't go nowhere else. And it's spectacular at sex. So men and women, men need us to be the nurturers that we are designed to be. And not to coddle, but to nurture. And they're two different things. Nurture is the need for the give to. When he comes in and you see him kind of bowed a little bit and you see that he's dirty, or you see that his mind racing, you either run his bath water, you ask him, you greet him, you know what I'm saying? You do all those things and you let him have some peace. Or you, if he likes to be, because you should know your mate. And if he likes to be approach him and you know, console him, you know, and reassure him and reaffirm him, you know. And if he's not that person, then you give him his peace and you let him have his time. And when he comes around, then he comes around. Or if you got to give him a little while and then he wants to be approaching, you do that. But again, this comes from observation, knowing your partner, knowing what it is. Because men and women are wanting so many things, but when we're getting it, we're not allowing it. So let's go to this. And women, what we really want is the time. Yeah, women, we want to be provided for, but we want to feel protected. When a man is in his full masculinity, and girls say that, and I agree so much because I've been saying it. When a man is in his full masculinity, right, or when he's masculine energy, the roughest, independence, alpha, whatever woman would be submissive. You know why? See, submissive, and that's what I want to talk about too, submission and leadership. Because submissive is of women and leadership is of men. Like, I want to talk about these two things. And then I'm going to wrap up after this, y'all. But I want to... Women are more submissive to men than what they know. I was in a relationship with somebody, and he was an alcoholic. And although I don't really consider myself that submissive, even though I know I can be and I will be because I have been, but I don't consider myself that, and I didn't before at all. I didn't identify, but I'm very submissive kind of. I guess I desire that a certain way, but it takes a special kind of man to get that submissiveness out of me, because if I'm really digging you and I'm really feeling you, I'm girly, I'm giddy, I'm not rough, I'm not vulgar, I'm not none of that, because you make me feel away. You make me feel protected. You make me feel comforted. You make me feel like a woman. And when you're making me feel like a woman, I have no choice but to make you feel like the man that you are, because you're making me feel like the woman that I am. So I can lose all that, my masculine energy, and tap into my full feminine energy. Because why? You are masculine enough for the both of us. See, but when there are men that are lacking that masculine energy, then I gotta pipe up a little bit, because that gap is missing. It's a gap there, and I feel the need to fulfill it. So, and most women do. Because, see, it has to be a balance. Again, balance is important, and it's going on whether you realize it or not, whether you are aware or not. And that's in so many different aspects of your life, right? But, hush your mouth. But women desire to walk in that feminine energy for real. Even the ratchetest ones, even the hardest ones, even the most independent ones, even the most vulgar ones, even the most boisterous ones, she just has not, because even when she's in the present, even if it's not hers, even if she's in the presence of a man with masculine energy, she's going to deal with him differently than she deals with a man without masculine energy. And when a man can grow, because you can grow into it and you can step into your fullness, men and women, but we're talking about the men right now. If you step into your fullness, it's going to change. She's going to change. It just is what it is. And some men are born with it, and some men have to grow into it, because let's understand, a lot of us women have raised these men wrong. We have coddled them. See, we over nurtured, and that becomes coddling. See, when you compensate for the lack, and I ain't talking about with a man and a woman, I'm talking about with a boy when he's growing. You don't make him earn. You don't validate him. You don't reaffirm him, but you do a lot of babying. That's coddling, because you're not giving him the things that he really needs, but you're coddling the bullshit. Excuse my French, but I don't know what to say. So that's when you get men who don't really full, and they walk in their full masculinity because there's so much that they need. So they're stepping into their feminine masculinity, trying to fill their void within themselves. See, because again, the balance always exists, whether we know it or not. It's purpose and everything. Women now. My bad. and men, uh, when you lead, right, women, you have to learn how to let them lead. Because when you get a leader and you're used to having non-leaders, you have to realize that his talk is going to be different. His expectations are going to be a little different. And there's a difference between control and just assertiveness. But and you can know the difference. You will tell one is out of love and one is out of anger or what's up, Zoe? Um when it's not out of anger, belittling, or nothing. Because typically men who want to control do it out of anger. They try to belittle, downgrade, and things of that nature. But when it's done out of love, like, babe, come on, you know you need to do this, or you know you should be doing that, or come on, babe. Don't do it like that. Don't stop that. That ain't becoming on you, or whatever the case may be. Like, you know, come on now, you ain't done that yet. Come on, tighten up. Like, now we said whatever the case may be, if he's trying to progress you and everything he's telling you is in the right direction, then and you're right, and that's what I'm speaking about. Stay in their own lane. I understand that. But okay. Most men do love submissive women, but then do they? Okay, so let me tell you why I say that, right? Okay, so let's go back to that, because see, I'm in the comments. Okay, Machine Moses. So yes, most men do like submissive women, but their ideology of submissive is BS. Because submissive is not being a yes person. Submissive is not always being at your disposal. Submissive is not just going along with everything that you say. That's not submission. Submissive is, yes, I'ma speak, but I'm going to first allow you to speak. I'm going to listen. I'm going to say what I got to say. And then I'm going to respect you enough to come up with some compromise. That's submission. Submission is, I'm going to lower my tone when I speak to you. Unless you piss me off, and then we gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna lower it as soon as you look at me away, maybe, or whatever. You know, we like that, but let you know there, whatever the case may be. Submission is different for different people too. Let's understand that, because it's levels to submission. See, because submission is not just for a boyfriend either. Let's understand that. Submission is for a husband and a wife. So, now it is a form of submission when it is a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Because you walk like what you are before you are that. Don't mean you have all the access and or privilege and or amenities that you would have. It's just if it's something else. However, there is a certain level, but again, you have to walk in that fullness of your masculinity to require that. Because how dare you ask me to be submissive? Because submissive mean, and let's tie it in, for me to allow you to lead. And I trust your direction. Keyword, ding, 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 lead. That means you can't be asking me everything. That means you got to have an answer. You got to have a solution. Okay? Then it also means I have to trust you to lead, which means you have to have shown me, have proof, evidence that you have been somewhere before, that you are capable of leading. See, because people want, and that's men and women, we want so many other accolades and the perks that come with things, but we don't want the other components that come with those things as well, because for much is given, much is required. So you can't want a whole bunch and you only bringing a little bit now. See, that's why I say it's levels to things. So, and especially when you want somebody equally yoked, because a lot of people want people equally yoked on their level, matching their energy. And you have to stay at the level of the energy that you want to match. You want to be matched. You have to be that energy. You got to possess that yourself. So you have to be a good leader to have a good person. A person to be very submissive. You know, you got to be a good provider. You got to be a good protector, because these are the things that grant you submission. Because I can be submissive with you, because I feel like I can just follow you, because I know with you, everything is going to be okay. That's when you get total submission. When you give those total guarantees Like, I know this. Even if we struggling, I know you going to make a way. I know you ain't going to just sit there and twiddle your thumbs. Even if we got to go out here together, I know you going to come up with a plan. I know you going to put something together. I know you got somewhere to go to get something. I know this is this. And then if you don't, when you are short, I'm going to come up there and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is what we doing together. See, it's not about you providing solely, but he knows how to be a provider. He's not going to sit back and watch and wait with his hand out. Because then that's going to change the role of submission to masculinity, because now I'm calling the shots and I'm leading. So why, they get old after a while. You can look at things, look at your own life, look at things around you. That gets old after a while. When things don't function properly in the right order, it gets old after a while. It may last for a long while, may not, but is the quality of what is lasting in a high quality or low quality? Because don't get me wrong, things are going to happen. There are going to be waves, right, in the flow. Turbulence, rivers, rapids, still lakes, streams, all different kind of flows, okay? Ocean waves, tidal waves, all kind of stuff. But it's still flowing. I didn't say it was going to be just a whoo. No, I didn't say you're going to be able to bring your kayak for the whole trip. You got to bring a real good, sturdy vessel out there with you. But that vessel is God. See, when you... that's why it's so important to have a leader who is connected and not just connected, but I'm talking about that's where he rests. He knows how to bow to God and give it to him and wait for his direction so that he's able to cover me. Then you get total submission. See, because you can't just cover me fleshly and I'm the spiritual being inside of this fleshly body, and you can't cover my spirit. Because guess what? The enemy not going to deal with my flesh because he know you got that. So what he's going to deal with? He's going to come try to conquer my spirit. So now we have spiritual warfare because you were lacking in your leadership in that level. So that's why all these components got to work. Now let's women. Now, again, when you want the men to be a leader, you got to be able to take the leadership roles. You got to be able to step back. You got to be able to reaffirm a man. Yes, true indeed, women, in 2023, we are able to do it, okay? We can do it all. Hey, we can. However, should we do it all? See, I'm even walking into that because I'm so busy wanting to hold my own because I don't want nobody to feel like they gave me that, right? At work, I want to work mad because I don't want them to feel like they had it, whatever. But then I'm coming into as my late 30s. I'm 38. So I'm like, I'm too old to keep doing this, even though I'm not doing it sometimes because it keep me fit. Just in case one of these little young girls stuff, and I'm just playing. But they keep me ready, okay? So I gotta get ready. So I don't mind. However, at the same sense, I'm learning to step back, and it's okay to let a man be a man. Why deprive a man of the ability to be what he was created to be? And another co-worker made me really see that through her actions, what she said to me one day. And I was like, you know what? You're right. She said, I wish I would carry that. And his penis is around here. That's why God blessed him with that third leg. I say, you know what? And you're right, love. And you are absolutely right. And that opened up my eyes. Because why? That makes sense. Why? I'm not going to let you. I'm going to still do what I'm going to do. But yeah, certain things I'm not going to do, and it's okay for me not to do them and not feel inadequate or that I'm letting somebody do too much for me or whatever the case is. Like, it's okay to be a lady because I profess to be one. I got to walk like one, accept like one. See, because ladies, we don't like to receive. We like to want things, and then when it comes time to receive them, we have an issue with receiving. So we have to work on receiving, because now some of us, that ain't our problem at all. Some of us, our problem is we always want to receive. But a lot of us, our problem is not being able to receive properly. Talking to myself, not being able to receive properly, but I'm working on that. And it ain't always about tangible things. See, again, that's why I'm not. We don't know how to receive compliments, criticism, correction, rebuke, pretty much correction. We're not always right even though we have been allowed. Because see, guess what? When you're not used to, or when you haven't experienced a whole bunch of leaders in your life as men, that your men, not other people men, not your dad, not your whoever, but your man personally, then sometimes when you get that for yourself, you don't know how to receive that. You don't know how to allow that. You don't know how to take it as it's presented. You overanalyze, you underanalyze, you overthink, or you just kind of keep applying that old method to a new procedure. And it ain't gonna work. The tools that we have, God has given us all the tools that we need to survive this thing called life, men and women alike. But it's not about the tools. Me and this guy was talking at work. It's about the knowledge on what tool to use when and why. See, because you first need to know why am I picking this tool for this? Whether it's a response, whether it's silence, whether it's your experiences, your past experiences, whether it's love, whether it's prayer, whether it's whatever it is. Know when and why. I mean, yeah, know which tool and why. Because the application is the hard part. It's not because we got everything we need for the most part. It's just applying what we know, what we have, how to do it. We learned the lessons we were supposed to learn to get us to this point. And it's about using them, when to use them, why to use them, why, when. Men and women, we got this. But we have to get this together. Because it's not a you thing and it's not a me thing. It's a us thing. Let's not further perpetuate or push the agenda that they have for our people. Depopulation is real. In so many different ways, forms. It's not a joke. Because let's understand and be clear that they don't need to depopulate. It's too much space. May not be ideal, but it's too much space. But it's an agenda because we are the threats. And you got to know your position and your power. I told you we masterpieces. And that ain't even just for us. They masterpieces too. Some of them are really, truly. See, I ain't had no respect to person, so I can't even allow my God regardless of my biased opinions. He has no respect to person. So, everybody's masterpieces to a certain level or degree if they believe in him because he's the potter. And even for those who don't, he give them a little trinket. Trinkle here, trinkle there. But in this time, know that you're a masterpiece. Know that you're a threat. Know that you're that ultra pressure, baby. Even when they try to push you to the side and play you like you lightweight. You know you that ultra pressure. You better talk that stuff to them. You heard me? You better apply all that pressure, baby. Because they see you. See, even when you don't see you, they see you. You better start seeing you. Hey, you, Miss Dion. Bitch, shout out to Miss Dion. You, hey, you better start saying that to you. You big pressure. And if you feel like you need to do something to allow yourself to be bigger pressure so you can reach that ultra pressure, baby, do so. Because you got the power for that too. Remember, you were created in his image. So a dog had a dog, a cat had a cat, God had a God. You ain't the God, but you a God. He gave you dominion, power, and authority. Tap into your natural birthright. Rise to the occasion. Because there's no better time than of the presence. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow may not be, baby. But right now, this moment, in the present, be present and step up. Rise up. Shine up. Because you, yes you, are the masterpiece. All while being a work in progress. Simultaneously. Okay? Hey, you heard it here on TSPills, the podcast on Power by Virginia Radio, baby. Okay? Don't go nowhere, Al. We about to wrap it up. Okay. Oh, bless you too, baby. Okay, I love you, bro. It does take two people to make it grow. Okay, Shanta, right? I love you, babe. God bless you too, babe. It takes two people to make it grow, focus on each other, and the bond will be strong. That is true. Yes. Real talk, respect. It does go both ways. Yes. Because women have to be able to lean in a guy as well, because I didn't say that. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm glad I looked in the comments. Women have to be able to be aligned to God as well, because if you are not aligned to God like you're supposed to be, you're not going to be able to cover that man, because he got to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders and your weight. So you got to be able to pray for him and to nurture him and to understand him. Like I said earlier, give him some space. Give him some time. He like he had a shitty day at work. Let him have a breather. Do something. He like to smoke, roll him up one. He like to drink, pour him one. He don't do none of that. He want to take a bath, run him one. You hear me? Give him a little massage. Give him a little, you know? And men do the same for your women, though. Because most women, if you make us right, we going to make you better. We both got to treat each other right, because we both are worthy. It's no greater than, less than. We counterparts. And they say counter for a reason, because they counter. Not counteracting, but counterparts. You see that? Counterparts, okay? So, we need to be better counterparts with each other and know that we both need each other. And don't let them keep pushing their propagandas and agendas on you, because they're trying to desexualize and sexualize everything. The trick of everything is coming. And this is no disrespect to nobody. Y'all know I love all y'all. I'm sorry. I did say about it all. I do love all y'all, but don't fall into the tricks. See, it's okay to be who you are, but the agenda is something different. It's like being in a cult or a gang. The agenda is different. Be who you are and be set apart. You ain't got to be with the pride, because I'm telling you, defeat comes out, the great fall comes out the pride. I'm just saying, that ain't a good mantra. I feel it. I understand why. But think about it, though. Just let it sit on your spirit before you respond or react or feel any kind of way. Think about what I'm saying. Forget what you feel. Think about what I said, though. It's an agenda. Your lifestyle is your lifestyle. I don't have no knock on that. The agenda, I knock. Because the agenda is sent here to displace and get things out of order. Because there's nothing wrong for the lifestyle, but the order, the disruption of order is a problem. And that just is what I said. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down on that to the day I leave this earth. Because I'm a woman, and it's hard to be a woman. I work hard to be this naturally. Didn't have a choice in the matter. How I become second to anything, I can't. I won't. And that's my stance on that. TSPills said that. Believe that. So, I said that to say, black women don't got it all that easy, baby. So, be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for. We carry a lot of weight. Black men, love on your black women too. I ain't telling you can't love on whoever you want to love on, but love on your black women. Don't shun them. Don't, huh? Okay. When I mean by love on them, I don't mean necessarily just to be in love with one. When you see a young lady walking past, say something nice, speak. Don't turn your face up at her. Don't. Because everybody has cycles and levels of life. And just because we have arrived to our level, we weren't always at this level. And if somebody shunned or turned their nose up, and people have, and how did that affect us? So why would you want to perpetuate something that doesn't feel good with you? See, because we have to be the change we want to see. We can't ask for something that, again, we ain't willing to give. So when you see a brother or a sister, speak, acknowledge. Don't shun them. The same energy you would give any other person, give it to them. If you're going to open the door, open the door. You know? You ain't got to try to date them or whatever, but treat them respectfully, because your choice is your choice. I'm not here to make choices for you. We grown. Everybody got to work out their own salvation. That's not my job, my responsibility. That's not what I'm trying to do. But what I'm saying is we must be mindful, because, listen, we are drawing near to a time when we are going to be cohesive, whether we want to be cohesive or not. So why not take the time to be voluntarily cohesive until it takes time to be involuntary? It's more genuine this way. It is genuine this way. It's not forced. It's choice. Choose wise. Your life ain't no but a series of choices. Won't get repeats. But listen, y'all, it been real. I appreciate y'all. Oh, shoot, when people is talking. What's going on? Yo, yo, yo. Thank you so much. Hey, what's going on? That's my guy. My guy. Yes. Come on now. Look, I'm up here. Okay. But look, y'all, I'm about to wrap up the show. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, tuning in. Ain't nobody call me, but it's okay. If you want to call me right quick before you come in, it's 757-822. Oh, shoot. I'm about to get. It's 757-964-9366. Hold on, I got to get it together. 757-964-9367. 757-949-9367. Make sure y'all call it right before we leave. Okay, Machine Moses. Let me see. Lord, my guy. That Big Al. Big Kev. There you go. Lord, there's a lot of names. I gotta remember all y'all names. And his name don't come up on the thing. Big Kev, shout out, bro. Me love you. I'm sorry. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Oh, yeah, tap in after my show. Big Al coming up here to talk about something. So y'all tap in and see what he's talking about. Y'all make sure y'all tap in Saturday over here in Portsmouth. The Saturday Academy is having something that's posted for the youth. There's so many things going on for the youth. It's free haircuts, free hairstyles, it's book bags. Oh, my church, 1 Corinthians Baptist Church. Yeah, y'all. So I'm going to leave it in the chat. I'm going to put it up. Y'all can hit me up. We are giving away, my church is giving away 1 Corinthians Baptist Church in Randolph Street, 2308, Portsmouth, Virginia. We are giving away backpacks and school supplies. So if you are in the city of Portsmouth, or you willing to drive to the city of Portsmouth to get, and you are in need to get some school supplies, hit me up. You can inbox me, and I'll give you my phone number. We can meet. I prefer to meet on Saturday. That'll work for me. So that's what I would prefer to do. So if you guys could, but we maybe could work something out before then, just hit me up. Ooh, yo, 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 it's TSPills the show. No, I'm just saying, it's T. How about you? Hello? Oh, man. I think I done made it hang up. Did I hang up on the people? Oh, man. Well, look, y'all, it has been a dope show. Thank y'all again for tapping in, tuning in. Y'all know y'all could have been anywhere in the world, baby. But y'all decided to be here with your girl T. And you know that means so very much to me. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay up. And guess what? Y'all stay sucker free. Until the next time, babies. Hey. Uh-oh. Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? Hey, what's up, Mr. Moses? What's going on, baby?
I enjoyed the show today. I just wanted to call because I never really called too much, but I need to catch the call, or you know what I mean, or no one calls my show, so.
Okay, I'm gonna call your show. Oh shoot, I'm gonna call your show.
Great show today. I love the energy. I love the message. I love it. You got some good information.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Machine Moses. You the bomb. Oh, yeah, Machine Moses, y'all. Me and Machine Moses got something to unveil in the upcoming weeks to come. So y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in for that, okay? Woo-hoo.
I thought you did it already today. I thought I just missed it.
No, because we didn't do the ad-libs.
Okay, that's a bet. That's a bet. I'm rocking with you. You know that.
All right. Thank you for calling in, though.
Later, y'all. Peace up, man. Power by Virginia. We in here.
Woo-woo. That's right. You can feel the movement in the air. Thank you, Machine Moses. Okay, I think he hung up. Hey, that was dope. Thank you.